Hello and welcome to another pick a card reading. Today we're doing a reading on the month of July.
So we're going to do this a little bit differently. I'm going to shuffle all the cards up front and then we'll go through the reading that way. I think that might make it a bit more streamlined. So you can skip ahead to the second timestamp down at your reading if you want to skip the shuffling part of that.
So we have 5 piles. Pile 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So take your time and see which pile calls to you. And when you're ready, I'll see you at your reading.
Hello pile 1 and welcome to your reading. We're going to use a different tarot deck. That was too many cards, so we'll just try and get one. Hello pile 1. Hello pile 1 and welcome to your reading. So let's get into it. If you picked pile 1, you picked a powerful move. This is number 15, so 1, 5, or 6 might be important, or the 15th could be important. Something really big could happen on or around the 15th for you, pile 1. We have Justice, Balance, 11, 11. 5 of Wands, Queen of Cups reversed. Then we have Temperance and the King of Cups. Stillness, Animals, the Initiation, Rite of Passage, Crossing the Threshold. You got 2 for this placement. Yes, just say yes. So if this is about something that you wanted to start or do, this is a huge confirmation that that's going to happen in July for you. We have King, light attributes, enlightened, benevolent leadership, benefiting those in your charge, shadow attributes, excessive feelings of entitlement, rulership without restraint. So this was reverse. So I think that the shadow attributes are going to be something that you're going to want to act like, but it's reminding you to take on the attributes of the king this month. And 2 final cards. We were supposed to get 1. We have guidance, 3, and comparison, 5. I'm actually just going to put this under here for now. We know that that's a yes, just because I want to make this space for the cards that we have here. Pile 1, you're going to be making big changes in the month of July. And I'm seeing this with the Powerful Move card. This is your theme for the month. This is what July is going to be all about. So big changes, lots of decisions. You're going to feel like you control the chessboard. You're going to be making all of the moves and all of the decisions this month. I'm also seeing that people might depend on you. They might look to you to make these decisions. Fortunately, I can see here with the King and Queen of Cups, as well as the King card down here, that you are a natural leader. This is why people depend on you. And I'm getting the feeling that people are going to really need and look out for and ask for your guidance and support. The caveat to that is that you need to really put yourself first. You need to make sure that you are prioritizing your wants and your needs, because July could be an overwhelming month for you. We're seeing with the 5 of Wands here that there's going to be a lot going on. And while you can accomplish a lot, and I'm seeing that if there's any discord or disagreements or anything that you've been trying to figure out for a while, July is the month where you're going to be able to resolve all of those issues. You are going to be the bearer of justice in July with the Balance card. And I'm seeing the same imagery with the Balance, with the Temperance as well. And you need to embrace the fact that July is going to be a month where you're going to be allowed and capable and able to make these changes, make these moves. If there's a decision that you've been putting off, July is the month I see that happening. I see you making the decision, making the moves for that to happen. I'm also seeing here with the Powerful Move, Temperance, and Guidance that there's a lot of angel imagery. When images of angels pop up like that, to me it symbolizes that you can follow your intuition, that there's going to be signs and guidance for you. So if you ever feel overwhelmed, or so if you feel like you're getting caught or lost in the chaos of the month, just embrace the fact that there will be signs around you. There will be synchronicities if you ask for them. In July, emotions might be running high. You're being reminded that it's okay to step back if you need to. You're okay to put yourself first, to take some time out. The Temperance card here reminds us that we can find a balance in our life. Work-life balance could be very important for you in July. There's also the reminder that we can take time to solve the chaos of the 5 of Swords this month. Temperance is about patience and balance and finding a middle ground. So you're really being reminded that you can take some time to think things through if you need to. There's no need to make snap judgments or snap decisions this month. Take all the time you need, because you really don't want to react out of a negative mindset or out of fear. You don't want to react out of fear this month with the Queen of Cups reversed. You want to make sure that you are emotionally calm and balanced and you're thinking through all of these problems logically. You need to go through this month and act as if you are the chess master of your life in July. I'm also seeing that if you picked pile 1, you've likely been wanting to take a vacation and maybe planning one, but you might feel like you can't, or there's not enough time, or taking time off would mean that you can't put your effort into whatever this decision is or whatever you have to solve and resolve this month. The cards here with the King of Cups and the Temperance are saying, no, you can take that vacation. things won't fall apart without you. Your life will still be there when you get back, but that vacation will let you put you first and recharge your battery so you can enter the rest of July being able to make the right decision. And I'm seeing for July, it's going to be very hard for you to just rest and relax. And the cards are saying that you can do that. You are allowed to do that. You can fill your cup first. And if you need to take time, the strong message we're seeing is that you are allowed to have that time, and that you need and should embrace the fact that there is a divine timing to things, and you can take the days or the hours that you need to really come to the conclusion that you want. And I'm seeing that animals will be important. So maybe you will find signs in animals. Maybe you have animals that you depend on. This also could just be people. I find that the animal card can come up for people because we really are just animals. So you can find support in the world around you and the people and the animals. If you have a pet, they might be a source of comfort this month. And I'm also seeing you can take comfort in the fact that we have this yes, this confirmation here with the yes card. The sense that I'm getting with the huge yes and all of the angel imagery, as well as the initiation here, that is that this is something that you're being guided on, that it's not something that whatever decision that whatever decisions are made in July are going to be important decisions with far-reaching consequences. And I'm seeing this as an amazing blessed thing with the yes card here, that this is a pathway, like a major, that this is something that's going to kind of open up your life in some way, with you see with this rite of passage card. She can walk down that if you take those steps and walk out of the cave and out into the light, that's a whole new experience. So I feel like a lot of the worry and the fear and the overwhelming sense. So I feel like a lot of the worry and the fear and the sense of being overwhelmed in this month is because you may feel like you have to make a decision. You may as fast as possible, and you may feel that people are depending on you and people expect you to help them and lead them. And I'm seeing this is because you are a natural leader. People can depend on you and they know that you'll do a good job. They can trust your judgment. And you're being asked to not fear that. You're being asked to acknowledge and, fully own the fact that you have leadership qualities and that you are able to make good decisions and that you have the capabilities to make the right decision, even if you don't feel like you can. I'm also seeing that there is this need to let other people have input. With the King reversed here, there's this final warning, that there's this final piece of advice that if you don't know what to do, or you're unsure of how to make the right decision, or if you're unsure of what decision to make, you can ask for guidance. You can ask your friends with the animal cards. You can ask for signs. You can take the time with justice and temperance to really think things through. So you're being advised to not make any snap decisions or any rash judgments or movements in July, because even if you don't feel like it, you have the time to make the proper decisions. There's no and you might need to be discerning. You might be thrown a lot of information, a lot of different options and opportunities this month, and you need to be discerning with your time and with what you listen to. With the Five of Wands, I'm seeing there's going to be a flurry of activity. And you might not have time to do everything. Like, you might have a bunch of parties and events and things that you have to do, but you just might not have the time to do it all. And finding balance and making sure you prioritize yourself, your mental health, what's important to you as well, because everyone needs downtime, is important for this month. you need to follow your instincts. You need to follow your internal compass this month. And I feel like that's going to be a challenge for you. I feel like there's going to be so much going on, so many different messages, so many different commitments, so many different people, and you might feel a little bit lost and overwhelmed by all of the information and all of the things that are going on, all of the work that's going on. And the guidance card is reminding you that you need to follow your inner compass and follow what really matters to you, because that's how you're going to make the right move. I'm also seeing, again, the message of doing what's best for you and not worrying about what other people are doing. If what you're doing is the right decision, is coming up through this reading in multiple cards. The comparison card is reminding you that you can be different. People can be different. People can make different decisions and different choices, but they're right for that person. So if you are worried that about what to do with whatever this decision is, it could be career, relationship, it could be a new school. If you're worried about whatever you should do with this can be work, school, career, this can be anything. This is a general reading. You're being asked to not let yourself become overwhelmed with what everyone else thinks you should do, or with your expectations of what you think that you are expected to do, and just follow your inner guidance, because you will make the right decision for you. And if there's something that you've been thinking about wanting to do, but haven't been able to make the decision, July is the month for that. And we see a huge yes, that you will accomplish whatever it is that you want to accomplish this month. And with the King card, I'm seeing that you will make a firm decision, or you will go after whatever this is that's happening for you in July, and you will accomplish it. But you really need to make sure that you take time to think things through. The patience and balance and stillness and guidance is really coming through. So you need to make sure that you take the time to move inward and kind of get rid of all of the worries and the doubts and the social expectations and what your family or friends think you should do, and really just connect with yourself and what you want, and follow your own inner guidance on how you're going to move through July. Okay, so that was a lot of messages, but that's what I was getting.
Okay, pile one, that's everything that I'm getting for you. Please let me know in the comments below what you thought about your reading, what you did and did not like. I love hearing from you guys. And see you next time.
Hello, pile two, and welcome to your reading. So I'm going to do this a little bit differently. I'm going to shuffle all the cards and then put them in a pile and then start the reading. So if you don't want to watch that, then you can go down and click to the second timestamp under your reading, okay? So you got a lot of cards, pile 2, so we'll see how well they fit on the table. Hello, pile 2, and welcome to your reading. If you picked pile 2, then you picked Tender Embrace, number 22. So 2 might be important for you. Pile 2. That's the second time that's happened where pile 2 was 22 for me. The reading that I filmed a few days ago and will upload after this has the same thing. So fun. Okay, so then we have Homecoming and Exploration. 3 of Cups reversed. Queen of Wands and Judgment. Wheel of Fortune. The Moon. Travel. No. Wait, postpone, pause, say no. The Prince, light attributes, romantic charm and potential for power. Shadow attribute, using power for self-aggrandizement. New vision and stress. Okay. Okay, so this looks really fun. First thing that I'm going to say is that I think that a lot of you who pick this pile are going to travel a lot in July, have a lot of trips, maybe do a lot of social activities. I don't see any negative with the no or with the stress card. I think that that's just reminding you that you can say no to things. You don't have to take on every opportunity or every trip or every social activity. If this is about your work or career, you don't have to take on every project. This is really just a reminder that you're allowed to say no, and you can use that word, and you should be using that word in July, because you really need to just be yourself this month and do what makes you happy. You're going to do what makes you happy with the Queen of Wands here. You're going to have so much on your plate this month. I'm seeing a lot of social situations, of traveling, a lot of energy, a lot of activity for the month of July. And I'm getting a lot of fun from that, but it's also the reminder that you don't need to do everything. If you want to take some time to yourself, you can do that. You don't have to say yes to everybody. But I'm seeing for this month just a lot of good social connections, a lot of deep conversations, a lot of people around you. And this could be one-on-one social circles. This could be parties and events. This could be romantic relationships. There's just tons of people around you this month. Lots of good conversations, deep conversations. And I think it's a really good, a really funny mix, rather, that for yourself this month, you have both homecoming and exploration. So you have both the Knight of Wands and the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is about party, celebration, having fun, social life. But in this deck, it's also about your home, about coming home from, a trip or work. And then we have Knight of Wands, which is about, new adventures and going off and having fun. And then we have exploration and travel. So I do think that this is going to be a month where you go on trips, you go on social events, and you do a bunch of new fun things and you enjoy that. But then you come home and you finish them, and you enjoy that too. This is an interesting card to have here and I'm actually going to pull a clarifier for that. So can we get a clear and concise clarifier for the Three of Cups reversed? The Empress. Okay, so that's the feeling I was getting. You're going to... Now this is a weird one, because on one hand, there's a lot of close, intimate connections and just friend groups and travel and seeing people and doing things. But then there's also this solitude that's coming through with the Three of Cups reversed, and then the Empress on top of that. So for some of you who picked this reading might be about a more creative thing. Maybe you're going on trips alone. Maybe this is an inner travel, not an actual travel. Maybe this is an inner journey that you're doing, and you're being advised to say no to other people's plans because you need to focus on yourself, on your own creativity, on your own creation. The Empress is about someone who is, just abundance, right? Like creating from within, creative projects, growing things that are important to you. It's also about helping people, giving and being generous, but making sure that you fill your cup up first with your own needs and your own wants, and then letting the overflow fill others. And I'm seeing that with no as well, that this might be kind of a pullback where in July, you're valuing your own time just as much as you're valuing your time with others, which is why we have the 2 cards here. For parts of July, you're being very social and with, good conversations, lots of people. And other parts of July, you're being very reclusive, but not because you have to be, but because you're choosing to be. You're using the word no. And I think this is really interesting because we have the homecoming and exploration. So we have the home and the people. Then we have travel and the no. So we have the people and the staying in. If we were to switch these around, they would match up, right? Because these cards here are representing our self, our current self for the month of July. And then these here are where we'll find support. So I think that these really do match up. And then we also have the two elephants and the number 2. So I think that July is going to be a very, really divisive month, I think, for you, pile 2, where you're going to have the periods of extreme busyness, social extroversion, seeing tons of people, and then the extreme self-chosen solitude, where you're going to develop yourself, do your creative projects, do whatever's important to you. Okay, so this is going to seem a bit of an odd message, but it's almost like you're being advised this month not to make any solid or definite decisions, not to make any long-lasting commitments. The message that I'm getting from these cards, from the Queen of Wands and the Judgment card here, is that you're being asked not to make any strong, secure, and definite decisions this month. I'm seeing with the Wheel of Fortune that life is going to take you kind of on a roll this month, and you're not going to have as much control as you wish you did, or as you think you could, because the Queen of Wands and the Judgment there, any plan that Queen makes, what's that saying? We make plans and God laughs at us. That's the month that you're going to have. So just roll with it this month. And when things get too much, you can move into your Empress energy and you can put yourself first, put your art first, fill your own cup up first. You can say no and pull back if things get too much. But the message that I'm getting here is that you need to just embrace the fact that it's going to be a month full of surprises. And maybe some of you are going to go on a bunch of just surprise trips too, see friends without even just to wake up one day and decide that you're going to do something. You're going to go to a camping trip or see a friend or go to a city or a Broadway play or something. I'm seeing it's going to be hard for you to accept the fact that life is just going to kind of take you on random trips and adventure. It's going to be hard for you to kind of find the ability to roll with the flow, like how the moon cycles. You need to be able to be as accommodating as that this month, because your plans might not go as you want them to go. They're not going to go as you hope they would. And that's not in a bad way. That's just expect people to have other ideas and suggestions. Expect things to take longer. Expect just some hiccups to things. Maybe things could also go faster too than expected. Maybe you thought that you had to do, X, Y, and Z for something and you only had to do X. That's it. And it was done. So be very fluid this month, and it's going to be hard for you. I feel like you're someone who really likes to have set plans, who likes to know what they're doing, who likes to know how things are going to go. But this isn't going to be a month for that. This is going to be a month full of adventure, full of just excitement. And there's going to be this feeling of stress here, but that's only because things aren't always going to go your way. Fate's going to have other plans this month, and that's why you need to just be able to go with the flow and to just be fluid and accommodating, and that's going to be tough for you, I feel like, pile 2. So just kind of relax into the fact that fate's going to throw some wrenches into things, speed things up, slow things down. New things will pop up that you wouldn't have expected. And that's okay. And this month, you just need to be here for the ride. That's coming through with the Prince as well. Some of you might have a new romantic partnership appear this month with the Prince card there. And just to be open to that as well. It may come out of nowhere. Do you see how he has the flowers behind his back? It may come out of nowhere, and you're being asked to be open to it if it does show up. But this is a general reading, so this will be for everyone and what it means for them. But I am seeing with the tender embrace that there is a real potential for a new romantic situation developing here if you're single. And the new vision card is the Hanged Man in this deck. It's about being able to see every option and every opportunity and just opening up to the potential of what could happen, which is different than the Hanged Man meeting, but it's similar in a way. The Hanged Man is about just waiting and watching for the right moment and the right time to make a move. And I feel like you're being guided with these two cards here. Let me just move this so you can see both of them. I'm getting a few messages with these cards. What I'm seeing is the need to see creative ways to solve your problems. I'm also seeing the patience to wait them out. Maybe July is not the month you can solve some problems. Maybe you just have to keep them in balance until a better opportunity. Another message I'm seeing with these is that when there's a stressful situation, or when you feel like you're juggling too much, or when you're doing too much, or when you can't just let something drop. This is the Seven of Wands. When you have to struggle and struggle and struggle to keep your position, to keep the work you've done, to keep what you have and what you want. Maybe there's another way forward. Maybe, especially with the Wheel of Fortune, embrace it. Maybe there's a unique way to solve the problem that you don't immediately realize. It's not what you would normally do. It's not your usual way of solving it. And it's not on your beaten path. But those are the messages I'm getting for your July pile 2.
Please let me know in the comments down below what you did and did not like about your reading. I love hearing from you guys. Thanks for watching.
Hello, pile 3, and welcome to your reading. We are going to start this by pulling all the cards. If you want to skip this part, you can go click on the second timestamp for your pile, and that will get you right to the reading. I just like showing the cards, like me shuffling them. Okay, let's get some clear and concise messages for pile 3. Because you have 2, we're going to leave this one out. I gave it a shuffle to see if something popped out. Because you have 2 of these, I'm going to leave this one out. I gave it a shuffle to see if something wanted to pop out, but they didn't seem to. Though I feel bad, so I might end up pulling one of those when I feel bad. Okay. We'll give it 2 or 3 more shuffles, and if something pops out, then we'll go with it, and if it doesn't, then we'll leave it. Okay, so There's a lot of cards there, so I'm going to have to like be very creative. But you have a lot of cards. Hi Pile 3 and welcome to your reading. We're going to start with the first card, a deep breath, number 7. Slave, light attribute, surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. Shadow attribute, giving your willpower to an external authority out of fear of making your own choices. 7 of lightning, defense, 7 and 7, so 7 might be important for you. 3 of swords, 8 of wands. This is 7 of wands. Ace of swords, Knight of wands. You have so many wands. New beginning, 13. Friendship, passion. Okay, so I'm going to have to just slip this under here because I'm not going to have enough space. But we'll pull that back out once I get to those. And then we have Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. You're already doing it. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. You know, I feel like that's a very important message. And I'm glad I picked these cards. So I think with the 3 of swords here, there's a lot, I want to say a lot of pain in this group, a lot of challenging emotions, situations. And I think that's why we have the deep breath. And look at this, the bright light in this card as well. I feel like that's an important message. And I'm just going to say that this is the theme of the month, the deep breath, the relax, the relaxing, the just pulling into yourself and just healing. But this here, the new beginnings with the same white light, that's your challenge. That's what you're going to find difficult to do, kind of like your block. So I think that is interesting that they're the same kind of light. The bright white light, the face with the crown on it, like here. So they both have a crown and they both have the pink flowers. So I think that this month you're just going to have, the difficulty is going to be this situation, like just accepting and moving on and going with it. This is going to be a challenge for you this month. Okay, we got into the reading before we even finished setting up the reading. Okay, and then for your advice, you have control and harmony. Okay. I'm going to scoop this one down here because I feel like having the divine plan and laying the foundations is important to have. Okay, so let's get into this. Going into July, I'm seeing that you have your defenses up. You are entering July feeling like you need to protect yourself. And I can see why. We have the 3 of swords here. And that card is, you know, that's in an amazing spot. But I'm seeing that that's referring to your past. There is something from your past that is making you feel like you need to have your defenses up, that you need to protect yourself this month. And we're seeing the theme of the month is 7. Look up what 7, actually, you know what? I'm going to Google that right now because I'm not big in numerology. But I feel like having 7 as your theme and yourself is important. Okay. Numerology.com. The number 7 is not satisfied with simple explanations. It knows the real information is buried deeper. The number of spirituality, gathering, filtering, finding information to find answers, and using your intuition as a guide. Okay, so this month's going to be about relying on your intuition, relying on your gut instinct to kind of lead you through. There's also this peeling away of your defenses coming through this month. I'm seeing that especially with the Anna grandmother card and the you're already doing it. I mean, July's already started, so I guess that makes sense, but you're already peeling away at your defenses. You're putting your energy and your work into something, and this is going to be different for everyone. This is a timeless reading, but it's saying that that is the way to peel away your defenses, to start healing from whatever situation has made you feel like you have to hide yourself. You have to put up this hard exterior to keep yourself safe and hidden and protected. You're going to be working at peeling that off and putting that off and throwing your energy into something that you are so passionate about. I'm seeing here with the Passion card that this is something that you're going to want to be doing, and that's going to help you make the first courageous steps to kind of put your energy out there into whatever this is for you. It'll be different for everyone. And I'm seeing that many of you are going to start building new friendships or being able to rely on your friends for this. You can find support and help with your friends and by following what makes your heart sing, by following your passion. You can also find support in knowing that this is something that you've already started the baby steps to do, and that this is the right path. We have the divine plan showing up here, that this is something that is going to lead to being able to put down the lightning bolts, the wood sticks that you have, and just breathe, just relax into the new beginning that's coming. And, I'm wondering, and this is a message that I just got, that many of you are starting something that you are so passionate about, but because you've had bad experiences, or maybe there's something that didn't work out the way you wanted to in the past, the first time around, that it's scary to go into this new thing that you're starting. And these cards are saying, like, they're asking you to trust yourself, trust the experience, trust this new thing, because this looks amazing. You have new beginning, divine plan, you have passion, Ace of Swords, you're already doing it. You have all of these positive confirmation, but then you have the inability to kind of settle into that new thing and just find peace with whatever project this is that you are doing. This could be a trip or travel or a move, but I'm really feeling a passion project here for many of you. And here with the Slave, this card, it seems negative at first, but let's read that again. Surrendering your power to the divine with complete trust. And let's pull this one back up. Seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. So you're being asked to trust, just to trust whatever this is. We have that come through multiple times. We have the new beginning here that you're not trusting, because this is the obstacle you will face. You will face the ability to accept that new beginning. And your theme of this month is just learning and being able and trusting and accepting it. And you need to avoid having black or white thinking. You can't make judgments based on situations out of pure logic. You need to let your emotions in. You need to make sure that you feel your emotions and let them guide you. Follow your intuition. Follow your feelings, because this is the 10 of Cups. So you're being advised to not use your logic to make the decisions that you have to make this month. You're being asked to follow your passions and to use your emotions and your desires and your wants to make your decisions. And a strong message I'm getting is that you need to make sure that you use your intuition. So you're being asked to let your emotions lead, that you can have your happily ever after, that you can have whatever this goal or dream or project or whatever this new beginning is, you can have it. But the caveat is you can't let your logic rule you. You can't make decisions based off of things that happened in the past with the 3 of Swords. And you can't be cold and calculating with how you make these decisions. You need to embrace the fact that you're going to have passions. You're going to want an adventure. You're going to want to follow your desires with the Knight of Wands here. And you're being asked to follow that passion. And we see that here. This passion will help you. And do you see, look at these cards. The leg is down, the arm, they look so similar. You're being same direction and everything. You're being asked to follow that passion and to follow that emotion and to follow that drive and to just breathe through any of the fear that you might have and to not rely on logic to protect you, because this whatever this is that you're doing through July is divinely guided. And we're going to go through your advice cards. I believe this is the King of Swords. Okay. For some of you who picked this pile, this is a romantic situation with the King of Swords there, and accepting the fact and trusting the fact that this person could be a good relationship with the Ten of Cups. For others, that it's okay to not be in control of a situation. It's okay to not feel like you need to be the hand guiding it. It's okay to let that sword down and follow your emotions, follow your passions, that you don't need to be so uptight and rigid, that you can listen to your heart and follow what makes you happy and whatever you feel driven towards. And that's the guidance that I'm getting here, that you need to move out of the head and into the heart when you make your decisions right now through July. And meditation might be important with a deep breath. Hello, Pile 4. So I'm going to start by pulling the cards. If you want to get right to your reading, check out the second timestamp by your pile. Let's get some clear and concise messages for Pile 4. Hi, Pile 4. Welcome to your reading. Let's get into it. We have Time Machine, number 3. Some of you might feel called to Pile 3, and if so, then you might have something in there as well. A message for you. Need, 5 of Gems. Queen of Pentacles. Knight of Swords, the Hanged Man, Beauty, Wisdom, Good Luck, Inner Temple, Devotion, tune into the portal of your heart, Scribe, Light Attribute, preserving knowledge and information, Shadow Attribute, altering facts or plagiarizing others' work, Playfulness, and Schizophrenia, 2. Okay, let's make this fit. You have an extra card, so it's going to be a little bit tight. Okay, I'm seeing time is being referenced here. And I'm getting the holding of time, with the Hanged Man and schizophrenia, there's a lot of standstill going on. And I think that with the Hanged Man and the schizophrenia, there's a standstill going on. And I feel like there's a difference between waiting and watching and learning and perceiving and then acting when the time is right versus waiting because of fear of making the wrong decision, of fear of making a mistake, of fear of failure. And I feel like this is your main theme for July. This is a bit more wide-ranging than the other ones, but that's really what I'm getting with this. That there's a fear of loss, a scarcity mindset. There's a fear of losing out, of making the wrong mistake or doing something and having consequences for it in the month of July. And I'm seeing that you will exceed expectations. Like the Queen of Pentacles is your, like what you will accomplish this month. So everything will be okay, especially if this is about finances or money or a job. The Queen of Pentacles is someone who is financially secure. She is someone who can enjoy creature comforts. She has her money. She feels confident in her place. And she can also give. She's generous. So she has enough that you can share and she can give. So even though you may be starting July or feel throughout July as if you will never have enough or that you're lacking, we're seeing that you will grow your abundance throughout July. You will leave July in a completely different headspace. Now, what I'm seeing with the Knight of Swords here is that you can't just make rash decisions. You can't just try to do everything all at once and expect this outcome. The Knight of Swords, this is someone who is so excited and so energized and so fearless that they'll do everything. They'll go after something without the proper thinking or planning, without the proper steps put in place to succeed. And I'm seeing that if you're the type of person who, this is just one example. Say you're the type of person who decides they're going to do something. Like say you want to start your own business at home. The Knight of Swords is someone who is going to do a million things at once. They're going to try to make an Etsy shop, make a YouTube channel, write a book, start a podcast, all at once, all at the same time. Maybe throw a TikTok and an Instagram in there, all at the same time, all at once, all within the first week of opening up your shop. And the Hanged Man is asking you to take your time to start with the one thing. Maybe start the Etsy shop and Instagram the first week and let that grow. Give that time, give that patience to grow. Because if you scatter your energy, then you're not going to accomplish what you could accomplish. You're going to find it very difficult to become the Queen of Pentacles if you're putting your energy into 100 things at once, instead of streamlining and focusing that energy onto something. And I'm getting the feeling that this is going to be a bit challenging for you, with your blocks being beauty and wisdom. Do you see here how I place them with them looking in other separate directions? I feel like a challenge for you this month is to kind of merge them so they work together. So instead of hanging out in this Two of Swords energy over here and spending so much time trying to get the plan right, steps A, B, C, D just perfected, so that you can accomplish what you need to accomplish. And instead of getting stuck and lost in that energy, you need to merge them so that you know when to move forward. With the Beauty card here, I'm seeing this is someone who goes after what they want when they want it, because it will make them happy. They find the beauty and the enjoyment in life. And to me, this is very much, it's hinting at Knight of Swords energy, where you're going to do everything you want because it would be enjoyable to you. And I feel like the block here is just coming back to the two, which we see here with the two blocks, and merging them into the Hanged Man energy. So you know the proper time to act and when to plan.
And you need to really embrace that. And I feel like it's going to be difficult for you to embrace that because that's your blocks this month. We're seeing, though, that you can find support in the fact that this is something that's surrounded by good luck. This is a positive situation that could only lead to good things. And we're seeing here, you can find support in the fact that you can trust your gut. You can trust that this project, this feeling, this devotion to it, you can trust that because it's only going to lead to good things. And I think the big message from that is you can trust yourself. You can trust your own guidance. You can trust your own choices and decisions, and that you know what's best for you. And you know that this could work if you did the proper steps. And I feel like that's where we get down to the worry and the guidance, because you need to put more trust in yourself to know when you've planned enough and when you can start taking action. And you don't need to do 100 things at once to get success. You just need to do careful, measured, actionable steps to get to success. So I'm seeing this, I'm getting this feeling that many of you in this pile are going to alternate between doing frenzied activity and then stepping back to replan for days at a time and doing nothing. And the advice here is just to know that you can move slowly. You can perceive and watch and collect wisdom, collect information. You can do, market research if you need to. You can take the time to do that, but don't get stuck in doing it. Don't do it for weeks. Do it for a day. And we're seeing that with the scribe here, that this is someone who collects and looks at and sees information and knowledge. But you're being advised to take them for what they are and not to put your own biases on them, and not to become overwhelmed in the amount of research you could do, and the amount of things you could read or write or look at, and to make sure everything is authentically yours with the inner temple as well. Put your stamp on everything is being really strongly mentioned here. We have especially with the beauty. You know what's beautiful. You know what is good to look at and good to read and good to hear. So put your stamp on it. Make everything authentically you. And don't try to put everything into one thing. You don't need to. Don't be me. Don't do too much. This is just an example, but I feel like for many of you, this is a job or career or something, a creative hobby or something, but don't do too much. Do what you have to do. Do enough. Like, you can save things for another thing. You don't have to put every theme or every metaphor into everything. You don't have to do too much. And with these two cards here, you're being advised to just have fun with it, to not take it too seriously. Do you see these two walls here? They're like choices. And if you can't decide between one, this card describes it as flipping a coin. And once you see the head or the tail, you'll know immediately which one you really want. So this is really just about trusting the fact that your inner self will know the right move to do. So long as you just enjoy it, enjoy the journey, have fun with it. Try not to take things so seriously. Try not to get so caught up in the worry or the fear or the choices or, what could go wrong or how much work you have to do, and to not get bogged down in all of that challenging feelings and negativity, and just to embrace the fact that this is a journey and that this can be fun. You can do things that are enjoyable to make this happen. You can enjoy the process, enjoy the steps, enjoy the creation of it, and enjoy the abundance at the end as well. The playfulness card here speaks about life not being as serious as we seem to always want to view it as, and to just let go of all of the fear that we have, the fear of the outcome, the fear of the failure, the fear of the work, the fear of the loss, just to let that all go and to make that choice that's what I'm getting for you, pile 4. Please let me know in the comments down below what did and did not resonate. I love hearing from you guys. And thank you for watching. Hi, pile 5. So I'm going to pick your cards now. I'm going to shuffle them and get them collected. If you want to skip ahead to the reading, you can see the timestamp, the second timestamp down below by your pile. So we're going to ask for some clear and concise messages. You are getting a lot of cards, but that's okay. Hi, pile 5, and welcome to your reading. Your first card is a merry motive, number 20. 6 of lightning, victory. Knight of swords, ace of swords, hierophant. Oh, this is a fun one. 4 of coins. The future. Oh, you got 3 of these. Okay, time. Transformation. Freedom. Blessings. I'm going to have to squish these so they all fit because I didn't know that we had 3 of these. Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. Mystic, light attribute, revels in intimate union with the divine. Shadow attribute, delusional rapport with the divine. Slowing down. Okay, so a strong message I'm getting here is non-conformity, a change up of things as they are now. A lot of intuition going on here. I feel like you're going to be a different person by the end of July than you are when you started it. With all of that said, you won't be completely finished by the end of July. July is going to be a month of delays for you as well. I'm seeing that you're going to have a spark of inspiration in July for something that you want to happen. This is going to be something beautiful with a merry motive. This is going to be different for everyone, but I can see this being a major transformation for you. This is something so unlike you, so different than what you've done in the past. And I feel like this is almost you completely changing your life, upheaving, like an upheaval. And I feel like that's where some of the time comes in here. I'm seeing that you're going to kind of change who you are. You're going to go off the beaten path. You're going to do something that's very different, very much authentic to you, but not something that everyone else is doing or expects you to do. I'm also seeing that you're being asked to take your time with this. You are going to succeed at this, and you're going to do it very fast and very definitively. With the victory card being you,
and the Knight of Swords and the Ace of Swords being what you accomplish. Now, I don't think this is you're going to finish whatever this is. I think you're going to commit to this by the end of July. And I feel like it's going to take you some time because it's not something that people expect of you. And it's not something traditional that everyone does. And I'm seeing by the end of this month that you're going to be keeping this close to you, with the Four of Coins. So this is something that you're going to hold close to your heart. So I feel like by the end of July, you're going to have committed to it, sort of making the moves for it, but you might not have told everyone that you're doing it yet. And that's okay. You're allowed to have secrets. You're allowed to keep things close to your chest, and you're allowed to be discerning with who you share this information with. The main obstacle you're going to face with this reading is time. The future and time are brought up here. So I think this is going to be a long-term thing, something that you will commit to in July, that you will keep to yourself, something that's non-conforming, something not traditional. So you're being asked to avoid the traditional choices and commitments that people make. And this might come out of the blue. I'm actually expecting this to come out of the blue with the Knight of Swords and the Ace of Swords, as well as a merry motive with the sparkles and the stars down here. I expect it to kind of come out of the blue just one night, just this poof. And it's going to change what you decide to do. And, it's possible that this is something that you've thought about, but you haven't committed to. So one night I keep getting night, but you will commit to it. And it's going to be transformative. With the transformation in Unbound, releasing contracts and soul patterns, and with freedom here as well. This is going to be a transformative choice or decision or commitment you do. Like, do you see this? Freedom, and she has the shackles, and then these women are floating up to the moon. So I'm really seeing that whatever this is, it's going to be something that is going to take time to make happen, but it's going to make you feel free and light, and just the length of time it takes for this to mature isn't going to weigh down on you, because you're going to feel an inner freedom, an inner peace, an inner lightness, and it's going to make it easy to work on it and wait for it to manifest around you. And I'm seeing that this is a blessing. And do you see the little light in her hands? I feel like this is something that you're going to be holding close to your heart for a while as you work towards it. It's going to manifest, like you're going to have the idea, you're going to have the start of it, and you're going to hold this like a little secret, and keep it close to your chest, and grow it and build it into something amazing that will transform you and change how you view the world. Or maybe a decision that you've done. Maybe this will be something that you had expectations put on you, and this is just you like, no, I don't want to do that anymore. This is different for everyone, but it's like the feeling I'm getting is that it's going to be a mindset change or an idea change or some kind of, it's going to be in the head, I think, and then you can make that into the physical world. Like you can manifest that into the physical world, because we have the Four of Coins here. So what I'm seeing for you, pile 5, in July is you're going to make a decision or a choice, and that's something that you can make happen. So maybe you change how you want to come across to the world. Maybe you change the job you want to do. Something that you can slowly bring out into the actual world around you and show people. I'm also going to draw your attention to the Four of Coins here, how he's holding the coin and she's holding the light. I didn't get any negativity from this card. I'm really getting this as being like you're holding it close to your chest until you can share it with people, because it's still so new. What I'm seeing here with the Mystic card is that you just need to follow this spark, follow this intuition, follow whatever this merry motive is, whatever just comes to you. You're being asked to follow that and honor it. For some of you, this could be involving, spiritual gifts and things like that as well.
maybe you're developing your intuition or something, but you're being asked to follow that. And the final card here I have as your advice is just slow down. Because this, again, this is going to take time. It's going to take time. It's something that's going to mature slowly, and that's okay. This is the Knight of Pentacles, and it's about letting go of expectations for yourself, for others, for situations, for decisions, for choices. And I feel like it's really speaking about letting go of expectations being put on you. And it's just about moving forward without any of that weighing you down. Just to move forward without any obligations or expectations, just to follow yourself and your wants and your intuition, and to rest and enjoy in the stillness of those actions without obligations, without expectations put on you. Okay, pile 5, so that's what I'm getting for you guys. I hope you loved your reading. Let me know in the comments below what you thought, and thank you for watching.